Also, let me make this statement, which might sound strange coming from an activist, but you cannot force others to go vegan. Hello everyone, my name is Michael. I'm an animal rights activist from Canada, and on this channel I review tools and strategies in order to transition and live a sustainable vegan lifestyle. I personally became vegan at the age of 25, and tomorrow is actually my 30th birthday. With that being said, I'm very thrilled because I noticed that over the past few years, more and more younger individuals show interest into veganism. And there are actually many benefits to becoming vegan, whether it's for your own health, for the environment, or for the animals. There are also many challenges that arise when you make this change. One of which is that we have to tell people around us that we are interested in making this change, and we may be worried about their reactions. As I see this being one of the first roadblocks that maybe people experience when they want to go vegan, I want to address this particular issues over the next couple of videos. So if this is something that you particularly struggle with, feel free to subscribe in order not to miss them out. Today I want to talk more specifically to the people that are maybe still living with their parents or their guardians and that are not fully independent when it comes to their own lifestyle choices yet. I want to give you pointers on what to look out for before you have that first conversation. First off, let's talk about communication and the most important tool we have when it comes to this. I'm talking about your ears. Let me explain. Your parents will most likely have concerns about you going vegan. It's still something that is new to many people. As much as it is an exciting change for you, it's important to show empathy towards them as well, because they might be more worried and excited. There are typically three main worries that comes to mind when we talk about veganism in parent-children relationship. So let's dive into it and find ways to alleviate those concerns. If you have encountered a lot of information online displaying how beneficial it can be for you to become vegan, even more so whole food plant-based, it can be quite surprising that your parents may think that it's unhealthy for you. Keep in mind that they might not have encountered the same information that you did, and there's still a lot of misunderstanding when it comes to this. I believed for the longest time that calcium could only be found in milk, and that in order to get protein we had to eat animals. I think it's important that we do not ridicule people who may not be aware that all of the nutrients can be found in a plant-based diet. Instead, I think we should put our efforts into sharing with others what we learned. Watching documentaries and videos is a great way to do that. Ask them questions like what nutrients they fear you may lack. You can then look together if those can be found in plant foods. By doing that, you're showing them that you're willing to put in the efforts and also that you're taking this lifestyle change seriously. It shows them that you have a sense of responsibility and that you're not just being reckless with it. You could also pledge to use apps like Chronometer and MyFitnessPal in order to track your calories and nutrients. They are free tools and they could make them feel better about your change. I also recommend that you pick it up early as an habit because it's a great way to make sure you're not lacking any nutrients in general. A few resources that I like to share with people when they are worried about health will be linked in the description underneath the video. If up until now you didn't really get involved in the purchase or the preparation of your food, this next part will probably require you the most amount of work. Your parents may very well fear that it will fall onto them to do things like label reading at the grocery store, to cook new dishes that they've never even heard of, or that they will have to prepare an extra meal specifically for you while they cook for another meal for the rest of the family. You can understand how daunting this may sound to them to accommodate your new lifestyle. They may very well feel that it's unfair to them. But this, for you, is an opportunity to get them on board with the idea. By you getting more involved with the groceries and the cooking process, they may very well feel that you becoming vegan is actually a way for them to release some of the pressures they have on the shoulder. They could also see it as an opportunity for you guys to bond as you're cooking new recipes together. Because who doesn't like getting a hand when you're doing daily chores? With that being said, there's a possibility that your parents show no interest in it. In that case, you may have to be completely responsible when it comes to purchasing and cooking your own food. That's why I also want to include some cooking videos every now and then, because I used to hate cooking and I'm not a chef, but I do enjoy now to cook, simple meals that taste good. And if all this seems like a lot of work, I invite you to reflect on what led you to veganism in the first place. What are the values in it that resonate with you? For me, the main reason why I'm vegan is to protect the animals. Whenever I face challenging situations, I remind myself of what is important to me. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that everything becomes fun nor easy, but it makes it worth it. Nobody likes being judged, and when we fear that someone might see us in a bad way, we tend to raise our guards and be very defensive. It's a natural self-preservation reaction in order to protect ourselves. Even without realizing it, your parents may be worried that you see them as bad people or immoral, or even that they didn't raise you the right way. I'm sure you can empathize with that. Maybe you remember a time where you were afraid that people would judge you because you did something wrong, or maybe that they would mock you for being a certain way. That's not a feeling that's easy to bear. Veganism is before anything else a moral issue. But no matter if you're doing it for the animals or for the environment, you're challenging ways that people have been doing things for the longest time, sometimes for their entire life. And it's important to keep that in mind when we're having conversation with them, because they may be very defensive. Focus on being authentic, vulnerable, and on the reason why it's important to you. When we show others vulnerability, they tend to be more comfortable being vulnerable as well, and it can remove some of the tensions. So those may not be the only concerns your parents may have. I can't possibly know how everyone will react, but no matter what their concern is, the advice is the same. Listen to them and work with them to identify what they're concerned about. This will help you find leverage. The way you introduce them to the idea will set the tone for the future conversations you have with them. I don't think that it has to become a debate, but instead an opportunity for you to express your new interest and explore it with them. Also, let me make this statement, which might sound strange coming from an activist, but you cannot force others to go vegan. It has to come from within. They have to make the connection for themselves. What you can do is share with them what you discovered on your journey, and also be honest about why it's important to you. The best practice that I do when I outreach people is to genuinely listen to what they have to say, what they're worried about, and then ask them questions which will let them establish if their concerns are justified. I found it inefficient to tell others that what they're doing is wrong. Whenever I used to do this, it would drain a lot of my energy. Instead, I let them figure out if what they do aligns with their values. I have faith that deep down people are good, and it is my belief that most people are vegan at heart. I think that leading by example is the best way to go. I really hope that this video was helpful to someone out there. If you found value in it and you would like it to help more people, please feel free to hit the like button. Also, if you have a question, I'll gladly answer it to the best of my ability in the comment section below. And with that being said, I'll catch you next week. Bye bye.